Tuabana Mahama, Miss Now, Miss Now, the photo, Miss Now, Mahama, Organa Matu, Mahani, Suku Adai, Hospital, Aqua Papa, Agana Beya, Yebediye, Yahumba Soyan, Mahama, Miss Now, Miss Now, the photo, Miss Now, Mahama, Organa Matu, Mahani, Suku Adai, Hospital, Aqua Papa, Agana Beya, Yebediye, Yahumba Soyan, Baraka. Tino pohe ni aja baraka ya aja. Anen yantar kanjir abanjin chalhe tetanwa. Karwa pili te lambona. Tana buwanya Alhaji Issah kuna wadita a inna mun nuhin chakar pili te yalayagana.
so yi kuye ta karan Issah ja nan alam nasraha takaran lila bi kuresin dana mana karnanga ko eka tunun wadiu karnon kwang anin dabiyan a itore bismillah lila bi kuresi la fihi la tastai wa sayfa li abudu رب هذا البيت الذي ياتي امه من جوع و تكرن لقد جاكم بون بياره تند اواچه كويه منصفا tanya ti da ndawnin bismillah nga ko wace Allah ta gaugaje ka arba wul kan ne kan anya ba lon ta katidid lakad jakum rasul mai amsukum azizu alayhi ma antum harisu alaykum bi rahmanir rahim fa anta wala fa kul hasbi Allah la ilaha illa huwa alayhi tawakkaltu wa rabbil azim تدخل أعوذ برب فلك يعني برب الناس نيا جاتي تشاكي باي بالا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم كل أبي فلك من سر ما لك ومن سر غاسق إذا وقب ومن سر نفاسات في الوقت ومن سر حاسد إذا حسد كل أعوذ برب الناس مالك الناس إله الناس من سر الوسواس على الناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد صلاة تنجينا بها من جميع الأهوال والآفات وتقضي لنا بها من جميع الحاجات وتطهرنا بها من جميع السيئات وترفعنا بها عندك أعلى درجات وتبلغنا بها أقصى الغايات من جميع الخيرات في الحياة وبعد الممات فاتحة الكتاب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا صراط مستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير مغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين من أدي كتي
Okay, barka yaga za yai karingbe nukpong ako mba Alhaji Issah anu puro. Tina gere nimbi torin tia zie tinta ti program na puong. Tina buwaran kar buwala nye kanga ka o adete san tigrana na yi a regional and national. Adi wulti azun na buwale mmenga boss, the regional communication officer. Mba Issah Kantajar ko wasonti a introduce ana dignitaries nga yana bangbe ni kon aturu
ya barka ya gaja time amba chibe junto na ngaram parpara te tare the former DCEs honorable Kadbet Baba Kumpiel former DCE Nandom Ubieche tentare honorable Abu Keke former DCE ala former deputy regional minister Umimbiyeche tentare Alhaji Yakubu Duogo former MCA wa Central Ubieche tentare honorable Isahaku Nuhu Putiaha former MCA wa Central Ubieche tentare Alhaji Hudu Moktare former appointee of His Excellency John Rahman Mahama Umimbiche tentare ti MP Himen Ambiche tetaria Honorable Dr. Hassan Rashid Pelpu MP for Wa Central ala Ekwakus leader Ubieti Puong tetaria Honorable Anthony Men Kara Soma MP for Nadoli Kaleu Ubieti Puong ten lataro Honorable Peter Lanchene Tubu MP Wa West Ubieti Puong tetare Honorable Kletu Sedu Dapla MP Jirapa Ubietu Pung tetare Honorable Dr. Sebastian Menenso Sandare MP Daffiama Bussie Issah Constituen Ubietu Pung tetare Honorable B.A. Zieden MP Lora Constituen Ubieche tentare His Excellency Ambassador Alhaj Amin Amidu Suleimana, former MP, former minister, former ambassador, and former everything. Obieti Punche. Tetare Biere Michael Combo, or former appointee of this government. Umimbieti Pung. Tentare the party administrator. Biere Emmanuel Zomake Ubietu Pung, the party administrator level at the national headquarters. Ten latare former DCE for Daffiama Bussie Issah Onala Biere Fidelis Zomake Tetare MP for Jirapa constituency, Honorable Cletus Sedu Dapela Ubietupung. Ward Ambachibe, the constituency executives of Daffiama Bussie Issah constituency, Bajabi. Tell Latara to regional executives, the party at the regional level, Baminja BH. Never unto the Santi Hone Aye Akra Awa. Kangala Nana Philip Asha. Telatare former Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Debra Obietupu. Njente ya fe kande asanti hu mangadu wuliye. Ayun nabahiye beni ka ti heavyweight chairman ko wado adu wuliti. Ajin jianga tinchentanga. Oh, sorry. Tetare Honorable MP for Wai, Honorable Dr. Fedu Jesau. Toten Latare, the Deputy Spokesperson, Onala Lawyer Beatrice Annan, Umimbie Tupung. Tenagere ni mitor chaka ania kangaja anla wabeka tuonla wanya yure kangaja. Tenala wa suhe sore. Chala du adu wuli ajun ya baraka ya gaja.
To jama'a ambiche bakumo tuma kanton tuma ne yagra tijaba John Mahama tinjaba mu yimana ajaba mutuma on ton kagana da garin mi tore kana ja sa ka yal mu chenen chaka no mi tuwa awa promise arjana duna tintia ka tabiebe tintia tenga tijanya yala mbiti jun to na amuna piyanona to kweda hai anyaho gine te ihe John Piana wala John Dramani Mahama te ihu no yaka oyanga ya elections okumbomboro ku anjin chanwel ka bikoro vodu ku ka otwana yala timba mayala o yala ka ono jote regenja amanto poye ajiniye ayakato NDC anle kare wodie na party ye ni tinja saka no male gana na kenan kuma vuo karno wala mbuara kar malukuye apa wasdeme wala yambuara kar malukuye DBI deme tiana yibila ka tijaba onyi gine ombi bushe na palon kaka soha ka anana ontara kodo okuti bi karno onyo vuo anana odo malukuti wudu kwintine toran anana mbiela tun wanya karna da pa ho wodo entebono bambona ka manifesto ku karda pa ho ntia yala tun washe so numbuo lani yanga dana tinja biel washe ja una laka tiba timle biere timle biao punja una la John Dramani Mahama.
Barka chia gonna obodo yaga yala manupong at His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So thank you very much. Buangananta tunabuaranka Fiang Kolori group Karukubasom 2 minutes. Kabade welcome His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Cheka ti yele agarenembi tore. Azum kia iwenka to time na Karatombi to 2 minutes. Thank you very much. Okay, kia an sira yire ya barka barka. Ya sira yire ya moyan pa. Thank you very much, young manupong ako fiang colore group. Boye kan yel kuya kaka niazang amalu tigre abuara banawasiang. Vuanga tenta tena buala te constituency chairman. The constituency chairman to make a heavyweight chairman la. To wule a difference. The regional chairman to make a super heavyweight. So the constituency chairman zine. The heavyweight chairman. Onaten la buala ka wade onwar apur te sambana ba waba yana. Azu young menupong atur chairman Boniface Tiana who are quoted the welcome address.
Joe boy. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Joe boy. Hey, Azu. Hey, Azap. Indigla. Infiala. MFA. So, ideme ya barka. Kolore siasiyarba ya men barka. Tiza idando te ne yan DBI nga te na mamba ya ka te president la John Mahama Dramani ka wulka apili 92 chawana nga te ne yan constituency nga NDC man leta maza so ya pare nukun kwa ya menne Yel mingala ntia mbiare chama bonus a super heavyweight oyele a ngmangmala ka wuluka teba onye ka atare sori ka o wa dia ti kokoro a ewala ato ven ka akwagbama so ka honye owanga oni ni jama nwa kaba za wala nwo ato ven ka akwagbama ka zie wanya ku na wayire ane o manifesto nga ku ibon tegro a ya tiero a wulka ya za ya kana salama ka za ya highly represented in the manifesto so neka angazumba a wuleka de ba John Dramani Mahama o ye ni kan anta siglu milu ko bido Dr. Sebastian Sandare ado gbar pet larbe ame mande ana siglu milu na ade tana constituency ka honka ayi unawo pe naza binde assessment ako Africa ngaza ma chigi onala ni a president an sigru menga ako anga kogozu ata ne salba nyono no amamba to a yela ka yele mne gama ti ya kakaba irmada wo ya ke dikanyire ka wara na tan ka wara tame sentro nya yele menga ya pare nuku John Dramani Mahama chama yan kumba arjenga kubanga politics ka wulka te bangaka akunkora tina yin karne MPP atezo cheka honka MPP le yan ni na barande wana yan ka driver mate la na me manye driver mate yan o man wanga to no me to venka ba posa ka honko ma o mon lore cheka de gana za wiya ya cheka driver mate la yan ka driver me ko be una na nimbu teme kumbanze chebe kadwa mate awayi karata ni tegru ngato na senin John Dramani Mahama awaveka ayi so yideme DBI yideme Daffiama Bussie Issah ya are anga yonte egbozu akayeka banda oya wala una mambulu zuru da mbulu banda so ya kabe a iri John Dramani Mahama ko wa dia ti wia atakna a intipon ya barka ya gaza in yelmangma na ta jaka na gatizan kunale ka honka nimbura mne beti puon mayaka kan buwal baka ba irdendengala karba John Dramani Mahama ko nyoba no kunale ti ba ampre obeche ona ba takta che adongat nam bualnga kaneka uyomo yeah apare 100 years 115 years mba Uncle Morris na ba tagon wane aha ai ka do pu ho ya ato yawa banko okay it's already coming mba ampra ko area ayi dan do kaya wo yende o jerma ko baya onan ta party no enti bibili nga ya katin tun la watazina ya kaka hunan tatila ya kana wulotia kaka rajila gbasonne Uncle Morris mbaka ho ya ma o honen John Dramani ma ya babandata ya babunata aha yani langa ya sakuri so neka ya baraka ya za John Dramani Mahama ho baraka ane huwaya ne DBI kaka huwaya ne baraka ya za baraka
Bien.
That's right. Thanks for inviting.
Katanenya bonatin era. Adonga kutunga party lem pampana yumo onanya ya 115 years. Check a party event is anam baby. Omamon chawa. Unlike our chairman, Kase Kude Anadonga, Awuli, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So Katenonya, John Dramani Mahama Mempuru, a chamber Bogon, Cheka, Menako Fanga, Kunan, Chenla, Ata, Asona, a party. Barkayagaza, Vonga Tentanga, Tia Anna Memba, Chairman, and our Moy and young Menupung, Ako, Chakar Garanimito. Barka. Tenabuale Pampana. Nye kanga zoom tenzencha ti yoyele yela ayeka tumba kwanwar ko teminga karna voting 85% ako His Excellency John Dramani Mahama aladi 85% ako Honorable Sebastian Sandar azum vuonga tubuaran karbuala asonema nobania Honorable Sebastian Sandar kumi yela kote yengmenukung aturu.
Eyezu Eyeza Mahamazu Sandariza NDC Adomare Barka His Excellency Tiba John Dramani Mahama aning a party biri za nambeche bai kan yele yala ma le zina ba yele yaga bebere ne na wa ku yele yala kar challe chako men challe ti deme onla atiba His Excellency John Dramani Mahama yele man na yele kwela tiza banyanka Ghana Tulen Ghana Yepchena I want to think so amamale yuaninga voting obala yele yaga yuani ka voting wata this a vote across NDC. To vote across the bar, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Ala voti ako yebido Dr. Sebastian Menenso Sandare. Karidi, katibadi, adi apalong, kamalo wa bonso teza banyanka. Malo dana latiba His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Okatin tinye abanka niye nan na bande Ghana. Onla His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Naming annabe parliament asonna kuyele toro. Onla Dr. Sebastian Menenso Sandare. Anla ayeli yagaza ma vote la mansoro. Karaza moro atanuari yeni a voti karba John Dramani Mahama di ka Dr. Sandarmeng Kumindi. So in short, my message is that let's all put our votes for the NDC party, the party for development, and the one that will lead us in that development agenda is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So vote massively for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Vote massively and choose Honorable Dr. Sebastian Sandare to represent the good people of Daffiama Bussie Issah constituency in Parliament. Thank you. God bless you. May we listen keenly when it comes to the turn of His Excellency so that he will pick away what we need for development when NDC comes to power. God bless you
And God bless our good country and Daffiama Bussie Issah. Thank you very much.
So, yeah, we're looking at Bidokwara. Honorable Dr. Sabas Mwenenso Sandare Dolara. To Vuanga Tenanta, Tete Anona Mengananso Kati Yidando Onwazente Puang. Kaku wanti Yelfere, Anabande, Mbama Puang, Kuna Wadi, Kode Ane Atunanentoma. Nenyaga Saga Eboma Awanenche. Kakaba Yeliala, Cha Nembere Pre Apuang. But ide nemba na rekaba niere yezazu ayeliala chani azana sago bange awache tenadia aterekaba de poor. It's now time for the open forum. So many groups and professors have written to have delivered some speeches here, but for want of time we've selected only 4 persons to represent them. So the first we have on our list is the Tailors and Dressmakers Association. We have their leader here who will be making a speech for just 2 minutes. So, Tinabuala Biare, Biatuare, Ka Uyi Wache, our Are, Til Sierba Beborin, Ache Yeliala, Ako, Tiyidando, Ka Ode, Ka Ape, Bama, Biare, Biatuare, Ka Huyire Wanache.
The MP for Daffiama Bussie Issah District, Honorable His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and all people gathered here, I say I thank you for the honor due me to probably have a word or a voice in the manifesto that the NDC wanted to print, so that it will help the whole Ghanaians as we go on to our duties in our various places. As I stand here, I can say I'm representing all the artisans, those who have their craft work in the system. I've been a little long in the system here, and we have done a lot of visibility studies, and we are seeing that the suffering on them is too much. They are above the load that they have to carry. If these people have not been in the system to help training some people on the ground, like by now the people at Garamsey and other places, we can't count them. And they have also been able to suppress the system to a certain level that people who are not able to continue school and those who finish the first cycle institution cannot further. They employ them to their outfit and they are training them. But His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I'm saying that they need total help from government, especially putting our rural areas here into perspective. Anytime anybody comes, when we talk about big things happening in the cities and other big places. But in the rural areas, we don't see anything. So we are here suggesting that you have to be able to help us in our manifesto to empower us do more than what we are doing. Empower in what way? At the moment, if you go around, many of them, hairdressers, tailors, dressmakers and all that you can name them to be, they sit under trees for 1,000 years and over. It could be so many years, nobody can even build a kiosk for him or herself to stay inside comfortably. Let alone the people going there to learn the work. They have no better place to sit in terms of the work that they want to learn. So their comfort is very little to be counted of. So if we think this time, if you are able to probably put us under those manifesto you want to bring out, it will help us. Counting the masons, the carpenters, and other artisans, some of them knows the work maybe better than people we see them in Accra and Kumasi, but because there's no help. So we try to request from you to assist these people, their madams, their masters, and then the children who are learning the work in totality, so that they will be very serious in learning the work and stay at one place, because the system is now jammed up. I'm down. Thank you, sir.
To barka ye le malum menu konko tena bola te teacher nuori yeni nimpong nat aha nat chairman district rep ka oyeliala akote.
Thank you so much, MC, for the opportunity. Chairman of our occasion, Your Excellency President Mahama, all protocol observed. On behalf of the Regional NAT Secretariat, I, Suleiman Anafiu, District Treasurer Nadoli NAT, welcome you to the Upper West Region. For your information, I am the District Treasurer, not the Chairman. NAT is a non-political organization, so we don't meddle in politics. We must, however, appreciate the work of the NDC in the education sector. Your investment in the education sector is a match. Your establishment of schools, in terms of the basic schools, secondary schools, even tertiary schools, your records are a match. Mr. President, we want to use this opportunity to appeal to you to consider the plight of teachers when you resume office as the President of Ghana come 7th January 2025. Mr. President, teachers do have a collective agreement that contains a lot of juicy allowances, but these allowances are not implemented. We are appealing to you, when you come to power, please take a look at it and implement them for us. Then again, we have low wages in terms of teacher salary. Please take a look at that. Then we have teachers in the rural areas. We are actually suffering. We are pleading that when you come, the number of years we take to go on promotion, you take a look at it and at least reduce it to maybe 2 years before we go on promotion. On the free senior high school, Mr. President, we must admit that feeding is a problem. There's so much poor feeding. Take a look at it when you come. Overstretched infrastructure, low standard of education in the senior high school. The amount spent on the prospectus when a child is going to the senior high school is, in fact, more than the amount government pays to each school in terms of per head, per student. Mr. President, we are wishing you all the best in all your endeavors, and we hope when you come, you won't forget about teachers, because we know you won't forget about us, for you have already chosen one of us as your running mate. Thank you, Mr. President.
So, baraka. A teacher no boy yele kaka ti yidando wa na kuka teacher die ti banda na manka na korena kuka tizie ka opua pele anana undadi babanka ke NDC government la malindi yele yaga na teacher na mambe korena kaka bamambang kabanye promotion wien anin banda na mbetempo madam abobo madam Dorothy ata ka hunan yiwa che tayiwa ona yala aga kuarba lombori. Madam Dorothy.
Hello. Baraka anim vuonga yanam kuma kan yala. Na don puore ambayi da ando jo mama. Anu potuba zana wacha ya baraka ya wayane. Chaya na frama kan yiwa acha kan yala. Tupoba group susu nuori yeni. Timanta libya fin lora inati dobili asunati biri school adobili bagere ni mitore tin sora kakamba jo mama lo ko kusunga puwa nuori yen susu gurubu ane sombo kana tuande tiate menga amantuan ka tibiri kabaga school anoyi vla amela kambora kaje sora mba jo mama kuna wasonte chaka na ngene piao kuna lele nyeko azen karnya sombo baraka.
Ye wongang onan yele soronkware pauba dire doge penala buale bipoli kan ku yiwa abipoli nga puarale tele tuno salma tumamen ona woyele yala acharibe ka tebuale bozimman dosa Jonas ka uyiwa awoyele yala akote
baraka yagaza anan vunga yananda kuma na pure burena kwa obaraka apur nela neza ambecha ka obaraka MP za ambecha te pure za excellency John Romar mama no wayana te men yala biala tananta ka te de pale te small scale mining yala te men yanda palmba excellency ntia ka honya te mambe muan ka waya karate anga dunninga karna sora na amana ngwana piango power me ho wayang ka huwa wa ko da manya lases ada kore karu gote manga atara le dunne tinan yelela nga ka honya te birbe por sir nurum ba apor small scale mana yala ya baraka
to barka ya wanga ona yele aha soron kwane tezanye ananga na wakwe lene na galamse tuma nan liya chane bano da galamse tuma fa aye kaba yenlia elasene chade ko banan buare bang tuno chate manga ba katibiri na mo gambang karba ban leo awa tenadi avuo ako misa ansokwiango ka oyeliela mitiai achar korba lombori misa ansokwiango nasiru
to baraka yagaza ani mfunga yankomaka inyeyele achare korba lombori yelmengale enepore excellency John Dramani Mahama yagaza yoninga 2024 kamene sage onawe na ingen chademba ya kakaru soro yagaza te korba tidire tuora yagaza kasianke chata lombori ka 3 million 3.5 hon kwa da habata libiri hokomanya chata atokwa howie tingere puori kuolun da ye tuo yaga te wato ndara kuolun anae te kamana tempa ya kakaru soro yagaza kono wanna ulie onimitore acha te korba men karmen ko ka sima ka wagana ka yele ka ga onimitore ya baraka
to in short he indicated that these days the farmers are really suffering. Tractor service is too high. Cost of fertilizer is also too high. And it's very difficult for farmers to access loan. Over the past years, to engage in farming activities is actually a difficult job. Once you don't have money, you cannot engage in farming activities. That your time it was better. We pray that you come back to power and make things better for farmers also. I will use this opportunity. We have some of our people who are also farmers who have been presenting. They are people of high caliber into farming. I will just introduce them. We have our former DCE here. He is into serious farming in this district. Everybody knows that. Honorable Fidelis Zumakwe. Yes. Yeah. We also have our big brother, Seydou Yonye. He's a businessman and a very serious farmer. Of course, he also supports this party financially a lot. Yes. We have our former deputy minister, former DCE, who is also a farmer and has a big mango plantation farm. Honorable Abuke Kansangbata Irikawanyabo. Politics you now in Otone Kwabo Tomamen in Neyeka ya baraka.
And thank you very much. Vuanganantanga Tanabuale Temengayo Georgina Bamiabo Kokore, a very short poetry recitation. Baraka.
Wow, what a nice illustration of an African woman. Tizina ngatidila tisankunun zabar. Tibala bora tisankunun tog. Yaban katilia gati sankunun zie. Atibwa tisankunun yelsari. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and his people, I'm greeting you all. Welcome to the Daffiama Bussie Issah District. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Ambanzu Georgina from Fiam. I am a member of Danzina Kuluri Group and a proud student of last year Tolu Senior High School, West. The title of my poem is Success of Torture. Success of torture. We have been victims of pain. We have gone through torture. Torture in the hands which smile at us. Our forefathers has been sent through the gates of no return. Our women were being maltreated and raped. Today is the time for us to stand up and fight for our independence. The independence we deserve. The freedom we deserve. I hear Christ, which make my heart ache. And I know that our honorable His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is the hand that can save us from all this suffering. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, not like others. As a presidential candidate, you will feel people will criticize you, they will insult you, they will backbite you, they will do all sorts of things to bring you to your downfall. But I am encouraging you, as there is a saying that man proposes and God disposes. Do all your work with your passion and God will exalt you. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, not like others, who see politics as a business where country development does not concern, but only to feed their families. Oh, Mother Ghana, arise and see what your children are doing. Oh, what a sad message. Honorable His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, forward forever, backward never. In Samine, in Mamine, atizina ngapalo tulela oza pampam, atolo oza bamba, chayava katilia kanye. Imma minelabi, insa minelabi, chabi ati government nambe nala waning adogenga. Manin fula to benka singa irivurevwe. Singa subansa o singa, chadi panane nora. Ganta suguru iridisabba banka buobu buoro. Kahununga fu irituri. Abchafu fukonyuru kumma, kafuman peda. Kabuma za zoro bala fomaro. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, aman salama alu sieti yiring, tim fora bara, umbra malu bie, tin ire bara. Yuaninga, yaven karizare benlo, azariel farza, chetu, asun His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, unala nie, nana banfate, honorable Dr. Sebastian Sandare, unala nie, nana fate. Bipiri kondoya, sama piatala ka umansie, zidoge zine, bia unya pare, bia da yirinya lademe, abualu maliemi, abualu saka nintonzoro, pedie penye, sanzagza, kawade, zale palala, udeni lele, yelibile inge, kwa mino kono, kwa zatura, kwa iriwula kondon, birila bere, ka una ene, suguziari lorsa, kudidi, azinka matarbadi chunchine yabe katika atizina ibunya chaye kabipiri kundon yabe katika atizina jogonya chaye kabipiri kundon kanimba alabia manga galense tutubog aparuna balimine acha wanyapma findire keye kalibiti kudana de alibiti mona ndabayi ya chati biar na dabadire libiebi alibiti na ndabayi ya chati nwa dabanyarabe ka kwara bia manga awiatu ko kasanyo kawu gagalense kari kumbe yeza choe kalibiti undire yaba katilia se ebo asunka bikwiri namba ati DBI bikwiri namba ati palompua bikwiri namba Ghana kaba minyedi kaba nyagata sigsa yaba katilia se ebo asunta mawane ati palon kanandare kanga kati Ghana yuari bola chaka ati mi yuari bola. So His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, wishing you all the best. Nothing is going to block your way. You are the winner for 2024 election candidate. Thank you.
Thank you, Yala Manukong Ako. Choboy, Choboy, Ayezu, Ayaza, Ayezu Zaza, Pampana Atambo Tansia, Vuananta, Niana Yala Tizana was in Chabeguza, Niana Yala Gana Zana Nyugofenten, Adi torture at Chambura Menapua, Oyalaton was in China, Uvuala Atumbura Karade, Akuku Yeliala, Akuya, Ayeliala Aku, a groups Naminza, Namwacha, our Yeliala, Kauwo, Adipal, U campaign. So at this juncture, it is a privilege once again to acknowledge and introduce to you the incoming president, the nation builder, that visionary president John Dramani Mahama. We can do better than this.
Thank you very much. Let me thank all the people of DBI for this very warm welcome you've given us. As you know, this is a continuation of the Building Ghana tour. And from 2020, NDC decided that anytime it was election year and we're going to write our manifesto, rather than sit with some experts in a room and write it, we will go around the country, interact with the people of Ghana so that we know exactly what their challenges are. So that when we produce the manifesto and we come into office, we know exactly what our people want us to do for them.
Okay, Uyeka, Katanin Kanya, ayi 2020. Ka Chanangata, NDC Dian, and Oyala. Among your Agana Palonza, Kababan, Yeluoni Nanambet Lampuyabon, Ka Party Liadia. Adepal Yeliagana na chari to next campaign na Karadia Pali to manifesto enga Katon Esombo Akoteza.
So we've gone around many regions in this country, and indeed we started in Bono, then to Bono East, then Ahafo, to Western North, Western Central, to Greater Accra. We've done Ashanti, we've done Eastern, we've done Volta region, we've done Upper East, and today we're in Upper West, and we decided to start the tour from Bussie, DBI.
We yelling Kakahon Kanya, we're peeling a York Ghana Palo, Anamine Umbual Wagala, where you are region Jama. Just in a way, you say Kaba Upper West. Upper West member Wana, when you could see Banna de Pili, Anna Changa. Daffiama, Bussie, Issah.
We started by going to the palace of the Bussiena to pay our respects to him, and when he spoke, he raised some of the issues that are of concern to you here in DBI, especially Bussie. He talked about the road network. He also talked of the lack of a senior secondary school here in Bussie. I remember in 2016 I promised that we'll build one of the community day secondary schools here in Bussie. Unfortunately, we left office. So I just want to assure you that when NDC comes, we'll build a senior high school here in Bussie.
Katenin Chandeso, Uyekabana wata kabadia betolong azoga abuse Nazanga kabatu bananga tebe Osora Yelwoni Nambe Tenuba Lomborin Che Agangaza Bussie Che Uyeka Tisoe Yala Abasoma Ka Awana Mem Ka Tabata Senior High School Achem Umpa Yela Tiyeka Kahonli Tiaria 2016 Ka NDC de Yelenka Kabananda Di Baname Ana Community Senior High School Nakanga Ako Bussie Aning Apalon Cha Alla Dabai Umbuaraku Archa Ayeka Ka NDC wa na amene kuyango Bussie na nye Ana Community Senior High School nakanga.
And so I want to thank those who Bussiena also raised the issue of water. And he says water is a major problem for the people in Bussie, and so if we come, he wants us to develop a small town water system for Bussie. We've taken note of it. We have our sister here who is recording everything that you have said, and we'll take it back so that our people who are doing the manifesto will incorporate all this into the manifesto.
Kuan yel tare ya kuyanga pa abusencha unye ka kanan dana ka NDC nwa bada wa mocha da yu small town water system ako anoba umpan ka ana yelna za ananan yelna batania osagran a inna bagbama puon kabana waga apana tidia za lanta a self manifesto ana yelna mine ana pale a manifesto puon.
And so I'll start and make a few comments on what has been discussed here. In many of the regions, the concerns have been similar, because if you talk to a farmer in the northern region, his challenges are the same as a farmer in the upper west. If you talk to a farmer in Savannah, his concerns are the same as a farmer in Bussie. And so many of the things you've said are similar to what your colleagues in other places have said. But with regards to what the farmer said here, I'll just reiterate our policy for agriculture. What we're going to do is we're going to register all farmers in every district. And all those farmers are going to belong to a district cooperative. And so we're going to have a DBI Farmers Agricultural Cooperative. And that agricultural cooperative, we will come and site a farmers service center here in DBI. The farmers service center will have 15 agricultural tractors. It will have plows, it will have harrows, it will have planters, it will provide you with fertilizer, it will provide you with all the agri inputs that you need. And if you don't have money, it will do that on credit. So we'll give you microcredits to be able to acquire the inputs. And then when you harvest your crops and you have sold, you come back and pay for the cost of the inputs. And if you pay, the next season you'll be registered again for support. But if you go and sell and you decide to spend the money and you don't come and pay, the next farming season you won't get the same support. And so we're going to set up farming service centers to provide mechanization support to farmers, provide them with the agricultural inputs at subsidized rates so that they can farm, and then when they have harvested and sold their crops, they come back and pay.
Ka zirna za bana ya yuwarana yalana anuba nan yi awayele kaka honka abama abam aman ye the same other regions member na man yele kacha una yele yala aga puabo ka honka la akuwar bana yi awasorba yele woni umbuwar ku yele ana yalanga adete char narbona NDC na nara kabana wa wala bana na eka puwar bazu an la unyele ayekaka NDC wa tina yuo zie kanga tanam walaka DBI Agri Cooperative on a man year group kaba register farmers za kabani wo register bar farming service center kanga na bebe ka tratari bebe tratari na man bro anami na man chabo mana azana bebe ka ho wa buwara ana bo mana ka hode ton ho wi atoma abia group nga kanga bana man tunga atoma ko hali ka humba tali biri ka humpa wache abuma ka hukpeben achala yo kana tomana ka tuwana tunagara ka hombo ya tuwan yo yanla anna mai problem cha utagara siya kan ya za na man yo ka asombuna ko bara atuwara farmers za.
And also I think the next one was about small scale mining. I have commented about small scale mining in the areas where mining takes place, and so I'm not going to repeat myself here because I know in DBI you're not engaged in small-scale mining. With regards to microcredit for women, we are not going to give Maslow loans to individuals. We are going to extend the Maslow credit to groups and cooperatives. And so if you want to benefit, you have to come together and form a cooperative. You must register it so that it is a legal entity. And what we'll do is we'll give the loan to the cooperative, and the cooperative will on-lend it to its members. And so when it comes to time for retrieving the small loans, it is the leaders of your cooperative that will retrieve it. And when they pay, we will give you another loan, a bigger one. If you pay, you get a bigger one. If you don't pay, then it means you've defaulted. And so instead of extending small-scale microcredit to individual women, we're going to urge you to form cooperatives so that we can lend directly to your cooperatives to on-lend to you.
Okay, ka honya nuba yele yala achar salma tubu uye kuna yuara a garaziri na banan tura salma uman yele yala be yagala kacha dibi yayan ka hwan ka ti salentu yala na mbachebe ona barebe chezie ona buara ku yela latin na mawo e agboli biri biala adeko pogba anin tontonba ka ton inga loan ka bade tonatoma uye ka pampana yan ka ba ko man la de mass lock loan adu kunimbu yen ko tonatoma se kana nuba na man lanta anga group a register anan gbama ka ba bamba yala kana wata ka ba di libiri adu ko a group ka ba mandi to cooperative credit union tatana chadi alibiye koba ka alibiye min yobon wata ana cooperative unions ngana man la dia alibiye ka son gwamnati ku to nuton pe alibiye na ka ba lawo koba ka yaron ku garanin bitoro.
With regards to my brother who spoke on behalf of Ghana National Association of Teachers, I want to thank you for the points that you made. We have taken note of the issue you made about promotions. It was raised before in other locations that when you rise to the status of deputy director, you get stuck there because they only promote when there are vacancies at the level of director. And so we've taken note of all that. You've also said that we should reduce the years that you have to spend before you are promoted. We've taken note of that. I want to be careful, and I've said it elsewhere, because in many places that I've gone, various public sector workers, local government service, health workers, teachers are asking for increase in salary and all that. I just want to caution that we all know the situation in which the economy is. We might get into office and find that the economy is worse than even what the MPP has told us. And so that's why I'm being cautious about promising that when I come, I'll increase your salaries, I'll increase your allowances. Let us get there. I'll open the books and show you what the true state of the economy is. And when we create and we put the economy on its feet, then we can begin to share.
So, Yabarka, we are Bipolina now, you are our teacher. Bagbang a Yeliala, Ka Morgan Park, Yelena Unayelna, Ka Uwanga, or Saksaga and Obama Puan. We Yela at a teacher doable for promotion. O Morton Toma Lamban or Van, Unla Tagdo Zekana, Kapiaru Ulenka, Kanuban or Dolan Adotita, Deputy Director, Babaman Le Duro, Man Yamban Arbe, Shaban Lalia to promote Ninyobo. Anwulkana Zienga, Banakabe, Alaka, Anwulkaseka who can land you a before Banabandi and a promotion na Akobo. Anka Ami Yezie, ka NDC wa Banaka, Katichara Buabo, Kabanya Chumpa and the Yil. Ka Obabuaka Uyela Fon at a char, Kaka NDC wa, Kabana Vanka Sanyo, Ado, Kaka Honka, Tontunba Yagazie Yela, Aga Anasanyo Duobunga. Kachataba banla at economy at books na wa katini wa walatin na yuo anya bom watinta ana gbamana tizana zin akaga tichare ka nesere anin atonton baza kana wa ekone karna banven kasanyo ado ona ya nambuara nia za babu aganga za tichare babu kanan taka ila ana sanyona na do.
I also want to comment on his statement on free SHS. As I've said, when we come, we're going to improve the free SHS. And so we're going to hold a stakeholders meeting. We're going to bring parents, teachers, students, experts in education, and everybody together to look at all that is not going well with our education system. Not only the secondary side, but also basic education and tertiary education. And based on that stakeholders conference, we shall carry out reforms so that we're able to make our education and teaching and learning outcomes much better than they are currently. As you said, feeding is a problem. The quality of food is very poor. And what can we do to ensure that the children have nutritious food? We also know that parents are not happy with the double track. One of my nieces was going to school and she came to tell me she's going this month. She left school on vacation last November and she's been at home since November till March. I mean, can you imagine if she learned something in November and she sat at home for almost 4 months and is now going to school? She will virtually not remember anything that she studied 4 months ago.
Aga free senior high school. Uyekaka NDC wa tanalia zengen aka ana policy nga som kuna vangenka stakeholders akarza lanzen a piaro na wuka a yelwoni ako ana free senior high school nga kana yelwoni nga minela o mengalia buwal kaka honka babundiri mengayala a yatwara a birman banga school babanyara sima na di banna mengbana nyara finfin chabama esima nantuan asoma kabun kangamin nan la yelwona kunala ana double track a biri minen be school ba minen be yirin kaziya nyamba minen gara ba minen wana ka yala ka nuba minen manga be a yirin len aliyoti gara school ba kabale ini bonna banan azan an kaka NDC wa bana zingin aka a charity zanu yeltari akon free senior high school yo ana yeti basic school len atido atita tertiary lanatin na kazano ubara the country.
We also are going to demarcate what we call rural districts, and for teachers who teach in rural districts, we'll give them incentives so that when teachers are posted to rural areas, they'll be prepared to accept. And that includes providing housing for them, because one of the reasons most teachers don't want to go to rural areas is because they cannot even get fitting accommodation to be able to stay and teach.
Kakatene la kaya ziemina la ferbola karola ka teacher toma lombori nan la katno ngme bonga tembuala rural district incentive kano ka hobe ana kurang a teachire yele mine bebe bana mande ko homenka o inga yuro ka hotona atoma a yel kangana la ka a teacher mine ba man buara akuraga abu bonzum peziri menga baba man tara anwulka next government na vangin ka peziri ka bebe ka banu wa debo a enkuran chaka ho banka hunangere huta pezi honna kuyara chatuna hotoma.
I already announced that working with NAT and NAGRAT and other teachers unions, government is going to partner with you to implement a housing scheme. And so if you have about 15 to 20 years working life ahead of you, government and your association, NAT or NAGRAT, would provide you with an affordable house in a location of your choice. And we will deduct a certain amount of money from your salary over the 15 or 20 years, so that when you retire, you have a place to go and lay your head, so that you don't have to go to your family house and go and quarrel with your relatives and say, this was my grandmother's room and I'm coming to come and stay there.
A teacher kwezia yala onle yele ka honka ka tene wawa tene nat noba Ghana National Association of Teachers ka tena langeta ka ba tere bonga tembuala housing scheme kana housing scheme ka hon tontoma akanibiri ayi 15 years ta gara 20 years yan ka human bantu hu union cheka baba nkubu die na hunambuaro na beba na me ana die na adokobo ka choose ka ba mamba ngmafi ayi husanyo hunna o tichilan atigara retirement ka hoyo ana die na bar asoko ehobon.
And then also I want to thank all the teachers of Ghana. As you know, yesterday I named my running mate, Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman, who has been a long-time teacher, many students have passed through her hands. And she has also been Minister of Education before. And so she is one of you. And so I'm sure that you have a representative and a friend in the highest office of the land, that is the presidency. And I'm sure she will take care of your interests and do the things that would improve the education sector and the teaching profession. I'm happy too that today is International Women's Day, and we've been able to present to the women of Ghana for the second time. We did it in 2020, we're not successful, but this time I know we're going to be successful. We are presenting to the women of Ghana, a female running mate, and I'm sure that come 7th January 2025, we shall swear in a female vice president for the first time in Ghana's history.
Apoma yairi akwekuleni chakwenupo kapoma uyiri kuwe upoturo ayuonga yabwekuleni
barka
and so okay, go on.
Ulanyele yele yala ya kuburan kupuor chichara ya barka kakiana kazame ude ire nye na tu puorin an ko kwazunu antated na men garasi an onatan onana the vice president of Ghana kana pogona o ya teacher nan kan ti yagazie za agbanan beche ola ya ne amen la a former minister of education abantizanu yeltare anin atuora teachers min problems za banka u ira pogonga adoko Ghana no baza kunala nyana na tia osian kabatunga atuma kabana wawana banka u baba u apogonga u understand the teacher min problems ana sun kana problems na za atong a solve kana ngene awatirizunwa.
And so I want to on this occasion wish all the women of Ghana a happy International Women's Day.
So ku pure ya za kana kanya pogowa bebiritin nan adire zami za awananga ka upure ya za ana happy International Women's Day.
And the final group was the artisans, that was represented by one of our brothers, the ex-serviceman, old soldier. And I just want to say we've spoken a lot about artisan groups. We're going to help you with small loans as startup capital. We're going to help you with equipment, sewing machines, hair dryers, and other such equipment, industrial sewing machines and all that. But we're going to do it to you as collective groups. We're not going to give it to you as individuals. So you have to form associations. So for instance, in DBI you must have the Daffiama, Bussie, Issah Dressmakers Association. And so when we bring the equipment, we'll give it to your association and they will distribute it to the members.
Oyele yala achar nuri tuma lombori anga dona na yuwa mana agala uyele nka katenewa ana nuri tonton ba no banga yeltena na ela kar sombanen nuri tonton boma anna banandi mala zurbi adu worobi bi anna kanga zapan yelminan le bebela kana groups nga kabaman lanta a form one group kabaman bandi libiri atubecha somba akoba small loans kabatuan aven kabayarhuna ka oduro agarani bitoro.
And finally we also have what we call the National Apprenticeship Program. A lot of our children finish school, they are not able to continue into tertiary education and their lives end there. And many parents want to send them as apprentices to train in a vocation, but they are not able to. And so government is coming with their National Apprenticeship Program. It's going to be administered on a district basis. And so all the master craftsmen and women in Daffiama, Bussie, Issah will be registered by the assembly. And then government will send money to the assembly. We will register the children who want to go and learn as apprentices, and then we will pay their money to the master craftsmen to teach them the vocations that they have selected for themselves. You will also have some small pocket money that you give to the child so that they can travel and go home and come to work every day.
anan char atontonba lombori bon kanga unda wane la national apprenticeship program kana program nga onamambe a district assembly noba zietin naman teacher o banaman register anoba adilibiri ako a district assembly kaba bobir nambuara kaba zan atoma abo a masters men ka masters a trainer anoba cha yi alem puorim banaman dia awala mine asonna abiri kaba tuona adara kuon euro a piara tura agara atuma menzie.
And so finally, I want to thank all of you for this beautiful gathering and to say that 7th December is election day. We all know what we've gone through these last 7.5 years. The opportunity has come for us to rescue our nation from the incompetence and inept, clueless administration of Nana Akufo-Addo and his driver's mate. And so on 7th December, the driver is going, and if the driver hasn't been able to drive all these 7 years, he hasn't driven properly, we are not going to hand over the car of Ghana to the driver's mate. If even the driver couldn't drive well, how much less the driver's mate?
Barka ani yantuang awalanta asenga chumpa mbura kuye karza tiza banga tuara nanang pete ayi ayuoma apoilanga ka election men 7 December otabaren tiza banyanka a driver obala wana ogaran chairman za banyanguka a driver na mengana a driver chumonga lora akweno muwa obata titazi kalepan la tinele kana driver nga kula dia lola adu ku mate ku montebe unye ka ai abasin karven ka mate ade a driver nga ayela karmo che vigiba a irbar chaje a lola aku driver you ku montega ziena tinambuara baraka.
So I leave you with one final question. If you have a car and the driver didn't drive well, and so you are taking your car back, will you give it to your former experienced driver or you give it to the careless driver's mate? I will give it to my former experienced driver. I will not give it to the driver's mate. Thank you very much.
Yay karla manu ko ganla.
The victory